So yesterday was my first time doing something called Kambo. And Kambo is a frog medicine. It's been used in many generations in tribes across the world as a healing modality. And so it's an ancient medicine, a frog medicine. And I had the chance to do this yesterday for the first time. I'm actually doing 3 days in a row, which I'm assuming that today is going to be a little bit more difficult because we're doing it differently. And also tomorrow we're going to be doing it again, the 3rd dose. And my buddy John Foote has actually come into town to do this with me. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'll just give you guys a quick little roundabout where I'm at right now. I'm actually in Port Townsend, and I'm taking this. It's absolutely beautiful morning here right now. I love this place. I grew up very close to this place actually, but I'm actually we're doing this in Port Hadlock, which is very close to here. So I want to talk about my experience doing the Kambo. Kambo we did Kambo, but first of all, we started off with something called Sananga or something like this. It's eye drops that you put in your eyes, and I probably just completely botched that name right there, but I'll put a link below to describe what these eye drops are. So what it does is it cleans your vision, and this stuff burns so badly. You put in your eye drops in your eyes, and you sit there for like probably about 15 minutes in complete pain. And I only did a half dose of that yesterday because it was diluted with a colloidal silver in there, and so it has a lot of different healing effects to it, and big alternative medicine, we should call it. And so you do that, and that kind of prepares you for doing the Kambo session. And I'd say Kambo is something that I think everyone should experience because it has such a cleansing effect to it. You vomit and all kinds of things, which I'll get to in a second, but Kambo is a way to get rid of all the heavy metals out of our body. You'll actually taste metallic in your mouth. It's a way to really dump the liver, do like a hardcore liver cleanse, a lot more intense than just doing like a lemon cleanse, the Kambo cleanse. So anyways, I went to this, I found this practitioner. She's absolutely amazing here in Washington State, and you go do this at her home, and she is a shamanic healer, and so she uses different kinds of treatments to help people with whatever they're trying to do, whether it's all kinds of cool things. But anyways, with the Kambo, so after you take these eye drops, you're laying down, and she goes ahead. You can actually see here my burn marks right here. I had 7 burn marks yesterday done, and she put something called dragon's blood over top of it once to help it heal and stuff. But anyways, we started off with 5, and it wasn't enough because I'm really tough, and stuff. We're not just joking, but so she started with 5, and we did what's called a layered treatment. So you can either go with the full-blown treatment, which is just, hey, you got 5, you go and slap the frog secretion. It's a secretion that comes off a piece of a wood, and you take that secretion using a knife, and or a point. They call it points. They put the point on your on each hole. They cover it up with the frog secretion. And so once you put layer by layer, you put one of those points on right there, you can feel the skin starting to tingle. You can feel it kind of going an inch into you. You start feeling kind of really swollen glands in the neck. You can kind of feel it kind of go through your body. What I thought was kind of felt really cool is I could feel these like almost bubbles bubbling on my back in different areas, which this is releasing stuff and freeing up energy. You consume a lot of water when you take Kambo, and so they call this a fire and water, which makes sense because this stuff gets you fired up. This stuff, Kambo, really puts you into a really bad state of struggling, of vomiting. Your head feels extremely, you get kind of lightheaded. It's really has a lot of peptides in it, and scientists and doctors and stuff like this today, they're really studying all these peptides right now, the healing abilities of these things. So it's pretty amazing what this stuff can do. So anyways, I took the 7 points finally, and then there's something called Rapé. Rapé, I believe I'm pronouncing it. It's R-A-P-E, the little thing across the E right there. What do you call that? And anyways, when you, the Rapé, because I couldn't vomit, and that was the whole goal, is start purging and stuff. And so what she does is she takes this like horn kind of type thing, and she packs the rapé, which is a tobacco mixed with like ash and stuff like it's in this, and it's all natural. Tobacco has some nicotine in it. There's nothing really wrong with nicotine at all, other than what they do with the cigarette companies out here. Well, this is not that. So they take the rapé, they put in the pipe, and what she does is she puts her mouth on one end and your nose, nostrils in the other, and she blows that stuff in, and you inhale that stuff like massively up your nose, and then it just is like, it hurts like so bad and stuff. And so the rapé was an interesting experience. And then I sat there and she tried to give me some more of that stuff, and I was like, just hold up a second there, you know, because she's like, I want to balance you out. And I was like, oh boy, let me just be off balance for a second. So then she shot that stuff up my other nostril right there. Now I'm just like, I was in so much pain from it, but that immediately got me vomiting, and you're not supposed to stand up on when you take Kambo. So anyways, I crawled to the bathroom and vomited this out, yellow vomit, which is good because that means it's coming from down there and stuff. So it's what you're supposed to do with Kambo is you're supposed to take it 3 times in a like moon cycle or something like this. So basically like in a month, I believe, if I'm saying this correctly, you're supposed to do it 3 times in a month. And so that's what I'm doing. The cost is like $150 per session kind of type situation. You know, she's very professional. I'll put her link down below. Kindren is absolutely amazing. She's got a lot of experience. I am actually, after this experience, I've purchased a bottle of the not sangria, but the stuff that you put in your eye drops, because this stuff, I could tell from looking at her eyes, how focused her eyes were, and the strength in her eyes is like, almost like the pupil is just like, you know, like pierced, like just very, very strong. And so has some great effects right there. So anyways, I do, I love alternative medicine. I've really got involved in frequency medicine with a company called Healy, the world's first artificial intelligence a frequency device. And so this has really opened up my mind to the power of different healing modalities out there, and what is possible, and also how many people out there in the world that really truly need to experience these things for their, you know, physical, emotional, spiritual past, to become who they were meant to be on this planet. Because a lot of us have suffered from trauma, emotional things. We've been poisoned by the water. We've been poisoned by the food. We've been poisoned by the chemtrails. We've been poisoned all the time. We've been poisoned, the GMOs and all this stuff. So the world is going through a massive wake-up call right now to take the power back. And part of that process is going to be educating people and cleansing people. And that's what I'm doing. So anyways, you guys, that's day 1 of 3. I will do more videos about this and talk about my experience coming up here and stuff. But yeah, I recommend Kambo. It's absolutely awesome, and I think you guys will thoroughly enjoy it. So don't be scared. Go vomit and take Kambo.